Alright. Let's see. Was there somebody whose goals I don't want them to be goals? Yeah, I want her to get both of these. Was there some reason why I decided, oh, I think it's, she can learn that on her own, and then wait a second, shouldn't her thing be higher? Well, anyway, I'll teach her healing magic in here, and then, let her do the black magic studies on herself, by herself. Okay, so we got you, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's just one person that we can leave out. Lindhart. He sees in both of his good stuff, so he's probably the one that we're going to leave out. I don't think we care about using him the bow. I'm not even sure he could use it in his current class anyway. Okay, so that makes things easy. Oh. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now let's see.
I'm improving, thanks to you. I'm getting closer.
What's that symbol? We'll teach her. She's already seeing that, so we'll teach her black magic when she can actually use that skill. What actually is I wish we could see. Oh, here we. Well, whatever. Actually, she doesn't gain much. Okay, I'll just do something we can teach her well in, and then she can use the bow in battle.
I still have much to learn. Nothing worth celebrating.
Not according to the fanfare we just heard.
I won't forget all I've learned.
You'd best not.
Praise isn't necessary, really.
But it's so useful, now we can teach you more. Maybe we should do that too. Not that she gets much from it. What about the sword now? Okay, she doesn't really get any more in the sword than anything else, so... in that case... Of course, it probably actually is more experience. It just takes more experience to get from D+ to C than it would get from, like, E, for example. So... let's see, D+. Really don't need to do that, because she's... okay, whatever.
Nothing worth celebrating.
Alright. And Hubbard. Right, this.
One step closer to mastery. Flattery will get you nowhere.
It served me quite usefully so far.
One step closer to mastery.
Ferdinand, Ferdinand, maybe you won't be so bad. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, if I train you myself. Yeah, he's laid pretty thin. He only has a D in his lance, so I guess he's rounded out.
I am beginning to understand.
appreciate your coaching.
No problem, Bob.
Seems simple enough.
Alright.
I appreciate your coaching.
I guess we'll just make him, like, really rounded out and hope that
Beginning to
means he isn't, like, bad at everything instead of good at one thing. I could give him the same treatment, but he has a C+, whereas he only has a C. So, in that case, and really we could also, well, we shouldn't, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't bother with the bow. And maybe we should think about something else. Just because he's not really bad at, okay, he's not really bad at healing. He just isn't skilled at it. And these are already C's, so, yeah, and he's already getting the focus on those. So maybe we should think about teaching him something else? Oh, that's what that is. Okay, St. Marcel statue. So that's what that is. And the professor expertise. Okay, so that's what the finger pointed up is. I guess I hadn't thought about that. Does he really need sword, though? I mean, unless well, it'll help him get in other classes, I guess. I mean, as far as reclassing goes, he's pretty good with these, so if we want him to consider... what's his magic stat? It's 5? I wish I could see what that's compared to. But if I want to teach him magic, I can do that later. Actually, he's already getting some magic. So for the sake of reclassing, it might be useful for him to have some sword too. Especially since we're not getting much experience for this. He's probably better off just learning from the battlefield.
That went way better than expected. Thanks for your help.
You are welcome. Oh, is that all? Okay. And for her, she's also somewhat spread thin, but at least she has a C in the bow. I think I'll focus on the, let's see, we have expertise in this. She's not special at it, but she's okay. Oh, I see. The XP, it also goes over the XP gained over on the right over there. So, for example, she gets a 3 here because she has a weakness, and we don't have any expertise in it. So it would be like real sucky. Whereas she has a couple that would get 7. And she's falling behind in her sword play, especially since I thought she should be getting that more, but maybe she's good enough that we can, like, let her use the axe. Maybe we should. Well, on the other hand, since Byleth has expertise in the sword, it would be better for people to learn the axe on the field so that they can get boosted experience in here from his expertise with the sword. If that's what they're going to do. Let's reconsider the group tasks. For example, I think originally I was like teaching her the wing in here because she wasn't going to get that anywhere else. He's a C, she's a C. So yeah, let's do something with flying. So, actually, he said something about wanting to learn to fly, didn't he? He's afraid of heights, but wait a second. So would his fear of heights, is that totally preventing him from being any good at that. That would be a shame because, I mean, he says he'd like it, but and it's not like unless there's like an actual super hidden thing that's even more than the budding, like he has for the lance. So maybe there's like a super one for flying where he can get over his fears. Cause it'd be interesting to have like this flying maids guy. Actually, it doesn't look like he has any flying classes. Well, there's advanced, but if it's advanced, it probably weakness to bows and magic. So he'd probably make up for the lack of magic defense with his own stats. So that could be interesting. And then there's the master class. But anyway, since he can't do that until getting advanced, then we shouldn't focus on that just for now. If that is something we want to attempt. So that being said, we can either stay with a stable duty. Who else would be good with? Let's see, he has heavy armor as D+, so we can get that at C without in a bit of time, not too much time. It won't take too long, I mean. Is there anybody else who'd be interested, maybe, in heavy armor? Oh, Edelgard, I think. Okay, let's go with that. Wait a second, what's going on here? Is Bernadetta also good with heavy armor? No. So what was that about? I'm a wee bit confused. Huh. Wait. Oh, what was I looking at? For some reason I thought that that was a shiny thing on the last star, like it was glowing blue or something. Anyway, that's only for their that. I'm still curious as to why that has an up arrow for her. On her stat screen, it's a down arrow. Well, for the time being, it might be better to cultivate their support levels just because they don't have as many, whereas they're probably not too far away from A. 'Cause I think, yeah, they already had a B conversation, because they kind of made up. And also, I failed to sneeze. I thought for sure I was going to sneeze. Anyway, I don't know why she has an up arrow there, but we do know, I think Edelgard benefits from getting heavy armor, so we'll at least start with that.
May I ask a question, Professor?
Uh-huh. But you should probably just skip me. I don't have a question to ask. How would I even think of one?
I guess I could do that. Thanks.
I wonder if something would have gotten her 50. Well, I got lots of professor level from that, I think. So there's that.
Professor.
The Lord must know how to command others. Authorities therefore must. Sortinic. Sword and authority. Sure, I guess.
Hello, Professor. You seem to be in good health.
That sounded very threatening. Oh, he doesn't like
Of
small
course.
talk. Oh well. He introduced
Doesn't
it.
seem intimidated.
Ah,
No, not at all. It's just that I find myself a little concerned for your well-being. You see, Lady Edelgard has taken something of an interest in you.
oh, that sounds good.
Don't be flippant.
Why not?
There is something you need to understand about the role I play here.
Do
One
you
of my
like
many
her?
duties is to determine potential advantages and potential threats to Her Highness. If you prove yourself useful to Lady Edelgard, then all will be well.
Okay.
If
However,
you pose a threat, I shall have to dispose of you.
if you think you can.
Yes, this is no joke. While I may be a student here, I am her servant first and foremost. Therefore, if an untimely demise is not to your liking, you would do well to demonstrate your utility with all haste. I should warn you that I am far less compromising than Lady Edelgard. Do not be at ease merely because you stand in her good graces for the time being. Huh. Such confidence. I'm beginning to see why you caught her eye. My family, House Vestra, has been sworn to House Resvelg for generations. Since the dawn of the Empire, we have worked to protect the Emperor by any means necessary. Both in the open and in the shadows.
So basically, you'd
If
be
you
willing to
incur
poison
our
me, right?
wrath, you will see just what I mean.
Wow, nice. I guess that conversation went well. Ooh.
Our professor is certainly adventurous, but I wonder what the point was of putting us on the same team.
What? You think teaming up with me is a bad idea?
Yes. Results or no results, this is far from a great idea.
I was hoping we would do better.
It's a decent result for two people who don't get along terribly well.
I think you would get along splendidly.
I'd never have learned this back in my room.
Deadeye. Ooh. What does that do? Oh, we do need to battle, don't we? Oh, these are two different quests. Gee. We have a lot to do. I don't think we can do it all. Does it say if these are just for the month? Maybe it'll be under quests. We have more supports too. Hubert and Dorothea. I guess he's gonna come up to her with some personal problem. well, a problem that seems like inconvenient or something, whatever it is. Okay, quests. I don't see why we couldn't do this at the same time. Maybe the mission that he has in mind is just an example, and we can do this to say, hey, we took on a mission, we got experience. Probably not, but that's a very kind of quest. Well, anyway, if we do go to battle, I definitely want to end this here, and then do that in the next one. But I wanted to take a look at what Deadeye does. Let's see. Oh. It's annoying that it's not under skills. Like, class-specific magic. I actually have to go to, like, inventory and then look at ability. Oh, are they abilities, not skills? Oh. Wait a second. Is Deadeye a combat art? Oh, I guess it is. I must have misread that. Okay. Whoa. Doesn't provide any extra hit. And it's not as strong. Oh, wait. It's not as strong as Tempest Lance, but Tempest Lance is a lance move. Which, incidentally, it's pretty nice that she has. But it has 6+ attack, and it has a range of 3 to 5. And so that's pretty crazy. Deadeye. I wonder how that actually translates in an actual battle. The curved sword is fairly straightforward. It's like you're shooting it up in the air, so it comes down, so it makes it a long distance. But what would Deadeye be? It almost sounds like something that's like straight on, but that can't be it because gravity exists, and that's shooting straight isn't going to make the arrow fly any farther. If anything, it's be like curved, like really curved shot or something. But anyway, it's -5 durability as opposed to 3. So there's that. Alright, so I guess we're going to do one more support and then call it a part.
Completely unreasonable. How will I see to this?
Hubie,
As usual.
What are you doing here?
Hubie, what?
A routine matter. No cause for concern.
Ah, so it's something to do with 80 then.
Does he have nicknames for anyone? Everyone?
She really is all you ever think about, isn't she? Look, I know you're doing all this so that she'll like you, but if you go too far, she'll end up pushing you away. Maybe even hate you.
This has nothing to do with swaying Lady Edelgard's sentiments. I am simply her humble servant. I do what is in her best interest. Whether she cares for me or not is irrelevant.
It really doesn't look that way to me. I bet you'd follow any order 80 gave if you thought it would make her like you. Am I right?
Any order? What a thing to suggest. But the answer is no. I will decline any directive that I deem would not be beneficial to her.
Is that right? So, just for example, if 80 commanded you to find yourself a suitable wife, would you do it?
If it would benefit her in some way for me to marry, then yes, I would marry.
It's easy to say that now with no bridal party in sight. But if it was the day of the wedding? Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't care what you believe. My only wish is to see Lady Edelgard fulfill her ambitions. All other matters pale in comparison.
Hubie, pale in comparison? You've seen too many operas. I don't think you understand how the world works. At all.
And I don't care what you think either. I would make any sacrifice to support Lady Edelgard. It's a shame you've never experienced such devotion.
Ooh.
You're right. I don't have anyone like that right now. But maybe someday I will.
Then maybe someday you'll understand. Until then, we will never see eye to eye. Now, if you will excuse me, I have much to do.
Hubie, I don't get you. Although I do find your point of view just fascinating.
Anyway, I figured out that the reason sometimes the support conversations have to happen at a certain time a week, or because we come across them in the grounds, I figured that out last time. It's because when it involves Byleth, we actually go and find them, whereas if it's like Hubert and Ferdinand, then it's not like that. It's not like within the context of something like that happening. It's within the context of maintaining and training, clearing the way. Within the context of what would you call it? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so see you in the next one, where we're going to take on this chapter. Bye.